What's up, guys? This is Corey and welcome to CNA Films and Animation. Today is Saturday. Welcome to this week's episode of I Saw It on Netflix Saturday. Today's review is of Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. So, before I get into this review, let me kind of give you a little history of basically what movies I've seen, what TV shows I've seen of Star Trek. Growing up, I was never a Star Trek fan. I never watched any of the series. I've never watched any of the movies. And then in 2010, I think it was, I watched the J.J. Abrams reboot, Star Trek. And I liked that for the most part. So I basically had a lot of friends telling me that I need to watch the series, I need to watch Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. You know, just all sorts of different friends telling me this, and I just haven't gotten around to it. But as of today, I have finally seen Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. So, Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan is the sequel to the Star Trek: The Motion Picture, which came out in 1979. This one came out about 3 years later, and it follows Kirk and Spock and just the entire crew of the Enterprise. And they get a distress signal from another ship, and pretty much what's happened is this villain who knows Kirk. He had a history with Kirk in some way, and they pretty much Khan wants revenge for basically stranding Khan on this desert planet and potentially killing his wife and several of his crewmates. And so, Khan wants revenge, understandable. And in order to get to Captain Kirk, he puts a couple of bugs into the ears of a couple of good guys, from a sister ship of the Enterprise. It's basically what it is. And they send us a distress signal, and so the Enterprise goes to check it out, and Khan pretty much just lets loose. He opens fire on the Enterprise, destroys part of the ship and everything, and it's just kind of a duel, it's like a big epic duel between Khan and Kirk. And so that's kind of the basic gist of the story. I don't want to go into details. I don't want to ruin anything for those who haven't seen it like I had. And yeah, so how was the movie? Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, I have to say, was a fantastic movie. This was probably the best Star Trek movie I've seen so far. I mean, I've only seen the two. And I do think that this one is a lot better than J.J. Abrams' 2009 reboot. While I did really like that film, I do think that this one overall is a lot better. Let me start with the characters and the writing and everything. The writing in this is so well done. I mean, it's the overall plot in the film and the pacing, the acting, everything about the writing is just so well done. It kept me on the edge of my seat. It had me questioning what was going to happen next. And I applaud the writer for that. As well as the directing. The directing in this movie was very well done, and I can't say I had any complaints with the film. Let me get into one big surprise that I did not expect, and it was hard for me to really one thing I didn't expect, and one thing that I felt was a little hard to grasp, was the fact that this was Kirstie Alley's first movie. Yeah, if you know Kirstie Alley, then I would have never suspected that this would have been her first movie. And she was good in it. It surprised me, is all. What I really liked about this film was that there's a lot of depth to the overall moral messages that this film sends out. There's a lot of depth to it. It was well written. I mean, it's just, while it is a very fun and space kind of epic, it's also a morally good movie. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just, there's some really good messages in this film that you can take away from. I want to get into the special effects of this film. The special effects in this film were really well done, especially for 1980 standards. I want to talk about the bug that the Khan puts into these guys' ears. That thing was awesome. Even by today's standards, I would say. It was awesome. I mean, it moved around. It was just so... It was very cool how they did that, especially for 1982. I was very impressed with the bug. I was impressed with all the special effects in this film. I mean, it is a little dated, but I really enjoyed it. So let me get into my rating. I actually really love this film. I'm surprised I hadn't watched it before now, and frankly, I am going to recommend it to pretty much anyone who likes sci-fi. So I'm going to give this movie a 9.3 out of 10. So tell me guys, have you seen Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan? If you have, what did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you a Star Trek fan? Have you seen the series? Have you seen any of the other movies? If you have, are there any that you recommend for me to watch? I obviously haven't seen any of them, except for this one and J.J. Abrams' reboot. So, if you have any suggestions, please just leave them in the comments. Just a reminder, I do have a poll going on for next Friday's DVD review, and the choices are Bully, The Kid with a Bike, The Man with the Iron Fist, Robot and Frank, The Sessions, Silent Hill Revelation, Skyfall, and Smiley. Be sure to post your pick for next Friday's video in the comments. Just, say the name of the movie that you want, and it will go toward whatever movie you choose. And whatever wins will be my next review. So be sure to take part in that, and that's about it. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe. I'm Corey, and I'll see you guys in the next one.